He's Doran.
And he's Dean.
And it's Saturday night. Don't know what time it is, but it's time for this.
Okay, so in this section we look back on history's events and we pick out a couple of stories or events or occurrences, I suppose, that have happened this week in years gone by. And so this week we picked out a couple of, I suppose on the face of it, somber stories, but you know, we can pick out some light-hearted elements to it. First one is sort of somber at the beginning, is the passing of Steve Jobs, actually, which was 2010. No, so yeah, so 9 years ago. It doesn't seem that long, does it?
Right.
No. So it was obviously sad. I think he was cancer in the end, weren't it? I think.
Pancreatic
yeah,
cancer.
They got him. Yeah.
Was it 10 or 11? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. Was it 10 or 11? I don't know. But yeah. So this week anyway, it was we lost him. What a character though. Obviously a pioneer, technological pioneer. Brought us the Apple sort of revolution, really, didn't it? We made Apple what we all know, and I was going to say know and love, but not everybody does. So I have a funny.
I'm not a fan of Apple.
No, I know a lot. You tend to be. I sort of I liken it to a cult a little bit. I think the people that like it are fanatical, aren't they? There's no in between. You're either absolutely 100% Apple all the way, or you're just not. So, well, the guy was a visionary. I mean, I'll give him that. Alright. That's the right word. Alright. I was going to say twat, but he's not. Hard to work for, apparently. Yeah, it was really tough nut as well. But we all sort of know all the product launch presentations he did in his turtleneck, his black turtleneck and everything. So he's so I suppose solely missed, really. I mean, you don't get many in a generation that have as much impact, I suppose. Do you? I mean, you got like we were talking about Elon Musk earlier. He's probably another one. He's a bit of a strange man, but I suppose genius does that to people. You know, you're not necessarily the warmest of people, but you know, you pave the way, really, don't you?
Yeah,
you really do.
Yeah, well, going back to the Apple products, like I say, he was with. So like I say, I haven't mentioned it. It was with a lot of money. Apple was at one point, I think, was the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
It might even be now.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But one thing I was surprised to read about, and they had quite a lot of shares in Pixar.
All right, yeah.
So it's another thing that he's brought was
Yeah, and you take a lot of it for granted these days. But I remember when the iPhone came out, one of my friends at work, he had one, and I remember that moment. And it doesn't happen very often, and it sounds a bit cheesy. It is, I suppose. But I had that moment when I was looking at this thing, and I was genuinely took my breath away. You know, where you think, I couldn't understand how it could get any better than that at that moment. And it did have the iPhone, the first iPhone I saw. It did have that effect. I remember it was watching TV on it. I think it was watching just the news, Sky News, something. And I couldn't get over the fact that you could watch TV on your phone.
Yeah.
It was just, and we all take that for granted now. You're watching us on YouTube, and we all take it for granted, I suppose. But I suppose at that time it was like I couldn't believe it. You could watch live TV on your phone. I couldn't get over it. It was amazing.
We're old enough to remember only 4 channels.
Yeah.
And do you remember when you used to watch footy when we were kids? If they played away like somewhere far flung, like I don't know, Russia, like Dynamo Moscow or whatever.
Yeah.
They used to commentary over phone. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they did.
like,
Yeah.
because they were literally on phone. They were holding it up to the microphone.
Yeah, it's true. No, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, bonkers. But no, it had a massive effect on me. That. So as much as I'm not an Apple aficionado or a disciple, or not disciple follower, I suppose. I always remember that. So that first encounter with seeing Sky News on the phone. I couldn't get over it on the phone. And then from there, it's been up and up and up. suppose these days, I think, especially with mobile phones, it's sort of it has plateaued a little bit, hasn't it? In terms of there's not been that wow factor for a while. I don't think.
No, everything that's coming out now is just totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, that is it. The iPhone 11 they've just unveiled. It's got like fucking 9 cameras on back there or something like that.
Yeah. I know Huawei were doing that. Those multi-lens cameras. And they are phenomenal. I mean, you can film in 4K, and so for doing this type of thing, YouTube and stuff, I mean, we film in 1080p, so we're not 4K just yet. We will get there. But 4K is awesome. Really, really, really good quality stuff. To get on a handheld device. And even if you said when we were at school, I mean, not that long ago, yeah, it is.
Enough,
long enough, but not that long ago. You know, if you'd have said, you know, by the time we're the age we are, as much as you get out of us, then you'd have a device that you could film in ultra high definition video. You could take photographs. You could phone anyone in the world. You can see. You can FaceTime anyone else in the world and speak to them instantly on video. You can search the World Wide Web and find any piece of information at any point instantly in the palm of your hand. We'd have thought you'd have been taught from another planet.
Yeah.
And yes, we've got it. And yet people say, "Oh, it's science fiction." Well, actually, with science fiction, that is science fiction. Because I don't know about you, but if they said that to me, 25 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, I'd have thought, no, not in my lifetime. And yet we all look to the future, or what's good. Well, that's stunning, isn't it? When you think about that.
Yeah, they could have come back to you and said, you're going to have a device, you're going to have the entire knowledge of mankind at your fingertips, but you're only going to use it to look at pictures of cats.
Yeah.
And watch videos of pizza, and watch videos of pizza reviews.
Yeah. And they still haven't invented my most. They do say you see a lot of things in films, don't you? Whether it's Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever it is, where you see little bits of technology. You think that's a great idea, and then it happens, or they develop this stuff. One of the ones I'm yet to see materialise was the one from the old Woody Allen film, and the name escapes me so at the minute off the top of my head. But where he travels forward in time, and he pretends to be his a robot. It's funny. If you like visual comedy, go and watch Woody Allen films. That era anyway. And he did one where he was pretending to be an android living in the future, and they had a little device in the corner. It was called the Orgasmatron. It was brilliant. So I've yet to see that materialise. So you know, if any Apple R&D boffins are watching, or anybody else at Huawei or anywhere like that, build the Orgasmatron. I think you'll do all right with that. I think it'll work.
We'll get a knockoff the fake Orgasmatron.
Yeah.
Just makes the noises.
Yeah, just makes the noises. Yeah, none of the sensations. Yeah, just it's like people who walk around with the back in the day. This was a real thing as well. People used to have fake mobile phones in the cars.
Yeah.
Fake car phones, wired to the car. So they sat at traffic lights, they'd pick it up like this, lean against the thing, with a wire, and it was a fake phone, just so they could be seen to be on the phone in the car. I remember them.
One of the pool cars I had was one of my first. Well, it was my first job after leaving college. It was a Peugeot 406, and I had a car phone on it. Big fucking battery pack like that outside of it. Really big wired answer.
Yeah, and they were shit, weren't they?
You
couldn't hear it. Fuck all. But
bird flew past you. The signal went.
Yeah, yeah. But the fact that you could do it was awesome at the time. Wasn't it? It was awesome. But it just goes to show you. You know, we do take a lot for granted technologically, and we shouldn't really. We should always reflect on it a little bit and think how far we've come. We've come a long way, haven't we?
And going all philosophical and going back to the exoskeletons. Is it time we said, well, hang on a minute, let's slow down a bit?
Never happened.
I know. Too
Can't
much
do
money,
it.
innit?
Can't do it. I've always thought that. You're right though. We should spend more time deciding on what the consequences of what we do rather than reaching that point. But that'll never happen. The problem is, I know we joke about it with all the Terminator thing and this, that and the other, but there will come a point where we just take that one. It'll just be that one step too far, and yeah, I don't know how the consequences could be horrendous.
Here's a philosophical question for you. Guess who's had a few.
Yeah.
Depending on your viewpoint or whatever, let's say that, you know, we came from an amoeba or what have you, and we evolved into humans over millions of years, right? All the technology that we do, do you think that will hold back the humans evolving?
Yeah, it will do.
Or do you think technological advancement is our evolution?
Well, both. I think the answer to that's both from me. I mean, I think that nature will only do what is necessary for survival.
Yeah.
So the reason we reproduce, the reason we the shape that we are, well, maybe not this bit, but the shape that we are, humanoid and bipedal, we call it, bipedal, whatever they call it, is because it suits us, our survival, and we are top of the food chain as far as the Earth's concerned. But no, they definitely. I think as technology improves, this is probably one for a conspiracy thing, but yeah, no, but think about it, right? Okay, and I'm not going to get all UFO on you or anything like that, but you know, when I always think it's really interesting that, you know, people report seeing aliens, or whether it's a abduction scenario or just seeing a craft, and maybe people having close encounters where they see the occupants and so on. I always find it's really, really interesting that when you look at the typical grey alien or the description of a lot of them, generally speaking, they're 2 arms, 2 legs. They've got very small mouths, very large heads, very large eyes, no ears, no nose. Okay. And they're small. So if you break that down a little bit, say with technology evolving the way it does, and it is at the moment, as time evolves, machines will be able to do most of our manual work for us. So there's no need for big muscles, for starters. There's no need for the height that we require to do certain tasks. There's no need for ears, as we know them now, to capture sound, because we have the technology to amplify the sound, whether it's headphones or speakers, etc. We have no need to have an articulated mouth, because we don't need to communicate by vocal anymore. And we don't have the big nose, or the nose we have now, because we don't need to smell. But we need a big head, because all of our thoughts and processes and everything else is controlled by our brain. So maybe those grey aliens is just what we're going to be. Because if that happens, and the old technological thing happens, and then technology evolves so much, then that for me is a perfect representation of what technology would substitute for the human form. So maybe all those aliens that we think are aliens aren't aliens at all. Maybe they're just us from a far, far, far in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll leave that with you.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's a cracker, that.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just made that up. No, I didn't. I thought that one, but it makes like, to me. I know it's so it's crazy notion. I know that. I mean, we have a laugh, and it's so. But if you think about it for a minute, if you're in the future and everything happens, let's just say everything we've talked about happens, and then technology takes over, this and the other, and we evolve, and nature doesn't have the need to keep us the way we are, and we end up being that way. Well, in the future, the technology wouldn't, out of being who we are and what we are, wouldn't we be curious to know? Wouldn't we go back?
Yeah.
We would do. We would. Whether it's right or whether we should or we shouldn't, we would.
Well, if we could do that now, we still would, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
If we could go back now, we'd still go have a look.
Yeah, we would. And there's a... We'll say... I know I keep saying this about spec. We will do them, by the way. It's just times... It takes a lot of time and planning, doesn't it? But... People say, well, time travel doesn't exist. Time travel does exist. It happens every day to every day. We time travel. Time's relative. It happens. but you could argue, well, maybe just because we haven't got technology to go forwards or backwards in time doesn't mean to say that if we see something that happens now or see something that happened 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago, doesn't mean that people from the far future haven't come back. And a lot of people do say that about UFOs. I think it's not necessarily something that's gone across the universe or the galaxies. It actually come from in the future. But then again, if you travel across those distances, you are coming from the future or the past, depending on where you look at it. So, but yeah, God, that's deep, isn't it?
Yeah, it's deep.
Oh.
That's far too deep for me for a Saturday night.
No, it is, yeah. So I'll have another beer on that. But no, interesting stuff. But we'll elaborate. I think there's a good, there's a conspiracy stroke paranormal thing there in there.
We'll put it on our to-do
list. It's getting bigger and bigger. That
to-do list. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will do that. I don't even know what section we're in.
We've done it again. You won't get it on any other show. We went from Steve Jobs to aliens like.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Steve Jobs. Yeah. Sorry, Steve. Yeah, you deserve a nod. Yeah, well done for giving us what you gave us technology-wise. And you never know. One day somebody might travel back in time and have a look and see what you did.
Change your jumper.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's someone else? Right. This week in 1995, it was the verdict of the O.J. Simpson trial.
God, was it? 1995. God, I was in my prime then.
I can't even work that out.
1995, 24 years. 17.
Were we? Really?
I was.
I'm the same age as you.
Yeah, 17.
Wow.
Yeah, 17.
Then, when we were that age, this is another special. We'll talk about the Greece holiday.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will.
No, we might.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah, we might do.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, 1995 he was let off, and it was a shocker that. If you're not familiar with the O.J. Simpson saga,
where have you been living?
Where have you been living? Or you might, young'uns.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you forget that, don't you?
Young'uns might know you. What's his real name? Orethol James.
Clue.
Yeah, Orethol James Simpson. That's why he's O.J. Simpson, and then they called him the Juice because of orange juice. He was an American football player. Pretty handy. I think he scored 61 touchdowns in his career, which is quite good. He was accused of murdering his ex-wife and her boyfriend. Stabbed him.
Oh, he's horrific.
Yeah, and police chased him, and then in the 90s, that when they first came to not light, but they first started doing the live feeds for the car chases, and he got on his Ford Bronco and he just pissed off, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he had like half LAPD behind him.
It was like a parade.
Yeah. You weren't ragging it like
no,
it was.
He was like 50 or something. Yeah, he was.
He had all these coppers behind him. This chase went on forever and ever and ever. And I think he actually ran his petrol at the end.
Yeah, he probably did. Probably needed a piss.
But everybody reckoned he was banged to rights. Everybody reckoned he did it, and he got this top legal team. I can't remember his name now. What's his name?
The guy with the moustache. Can't remember. Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, I can't remember.
No.
His name,
no.
Cochran. Cochran.
Oh, do you know what? I wouldn't know.
I'm sure it was somebody Cochran.
Talking about Cox again.
Yeah, but he was dead animated. One of them,
Oh yeah, proper character. Yeah.
And they found a glove at the scene, and then the famous line was, "If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit." Because he reckoned this was the glove that the killer wore, and OJ tried it on in court, and it didn't fit him. It was too tight.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, and he got away with it. But this is something I never understand about law. I'm not a lawyer, you know. He got found guilty. The family of Nicole, I can't remember my last name now. What's the last name? Anyway, the lady they killed, her family launched a civil claim against O.J. Simpson, and they found him guilty. So how can the same legal system find you guilty, civilly, but not criminally?
Not criminal. Yeah, I know. I think it's just the only thing I think of is maybe there's a different set of criteria to determine whether you're criminally culpable. God, it's getting a bit jargony, isn't it?
Yeah.
Criminally culpable, or whether you're. I think with civil cases, you just have to be found that you're to blame. I think that's.
Civil cases over here, as I understand it, is it's where somebody, if they owe you some kind of duty of care or the negligence through their negligence, you've you've lost out.
Yeah.
So if you'd been in like a minor car crash, you could understand it.
Yeah.
But it's murder.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah, the whole thing stank. Really, it did stink. I mean, it was one of the biggest, probably the biggest TV showcase trials over there. It was massive at the time. I remember massive. And we all, whether we admit it or not, we all love a bit of courtroom drama. Oh. We love it. People love it. And over there, they obviously televise live, don't they? So it was a massive, massive deal. But yeah, he got away. Well, it's still shrouded in mystery, isn't it? You know, there's all sorts of theories as well surfacing about what happened or what didn't happen and so on. But I remember seeing some of the documentaries that I haven't watched that new, that one with Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. That he
things in that as well, isn't it? Ross Out of Friends.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. It looked quite well made actually. I might give that a whirl actually. That's on Netflix, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix. Sort of covering it. But I've seen some of the crime scene pictures and some. I mean, you get a feel for not what went on, but like you can see from those pictures, that was like a frenzied.
Yeah.
I would say crime of passion, but it was horrific. I know that much. But yeah, that was it was horrible. Horrible.
Blood everywhere.
Everywhere, all over the place. So yeah, it did leave a. There's always that thing as well. I know it sounds horrible, and I think I can say this out loud because it's true. Because there was there was the race element to it all as well. I think as well with those types of things, isn't there? Whether it's a positive thing or a negative thing. In America, it's particularly like a bit of a melting pot, isn't it? Over there. Yeah. And I suppose you could say if he was a white dude, would it have made any difference? Don't know.
I don't think it would have had the carnival.
No.
Because it wasn't it?
I think anything in America where race can go head to head causes a problem. In terms of even the jurors, maybe the jurors thought,
dare I?
Should I? Shouldn't I? That's it. You don't know. But then again, he didn't get done for it, did he?
He didn't get done for it, but 2008 he got done for armed robbery.
Yeah. Tried to steal some stuff back.
Baseball cards, wasn't it? You reckon they were his signed baseball cards, and he'd gone into this pawn shop, not pawn. Went to this pawn shop and it got a bit ugly. I think he'd pulled a gun or a knife on him, and they give him 33 years for it.
Yeah.
But he only has to serve 9. So.
But that's talk about getting your own back.
He's out now. He'll be out now, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he is out now, isn't he?
Yeah, my maths is shit. You'll get to learn my maths is shit.
It gets worse as we start drinking, but yeah, it's I think it's well, I think I'll have to check that out actually. That drama with OJ, but yeah, not a pleasant, worth marking in time because it was massive, but not a pleasant chapter, was it?
No, but he got off with it, and then he went to good armed robberies. Question marks all over that, wasn't it? If he just kept his head down, then. But to get off with murder and then commit armed robbery a few years later, it just puts that.
Yeah, you do. You start thinking, don't you? You do. You're right. You do. But yeah, he was found not guilty.
It was good at Naked Gun films, though.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty funny, and I love them films.
Yeah, they're great.
Police Squad. Yeah. Frank Drebin.
Police. Brilliant. Yeah. And that's when Lisa Marie, but no.
Yeah.
Is it Lisa? No, that's the daughter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Priscilla Presley had her own face at that time.
Yeah, she looks like a cat that's gone into anaphylactic shock.
She looks like, to me, she looks like Jim Carrey in The Mask, but just with a white face. That's what she looks like. So yeah, leave it alone, Priscilla. Yeah. I mean, I know it's not easy. I always feel slightly sorry for people who are in the public, especially women as well, because they have the need, don't they, to continue to try and look. But it comes to us all. Let it go, love. Let it go.
My childhood crush has had work done as well. Kim Basinger.
Yeah, but she looks alright with it though.
I think she's had a bit of corrective because she had it done and she looked. Ooh, but I think she's had a bit more corrective to bring it down a notch. Well, think of it as well, didn't she recently? Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, and so much so that she didn't look anything like herself.
Yeah.
I remember like the Bridget Jones movies and stuff. I think was the last one. She looked nothing like herself. She looked completely different. And you need to leave it alone, really. I mean, there's this massive trend of over here anyway. These girls having these flipping duck lips done. I don't know why men. I don't know if they think that men like it. I bloody don't.
No. We went to Blackpool the other day and we stopped at traffic lights and I said to my wife, I said, "Look, that girl next to us in the car. Honest to God, and you'll know if you're of our age, she looked like Pob."
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought she was going to spit up window and start writing Pob.
She probably couldn't spell it.
Honest to fucking God, if she turned round quick enough, she'd got stuck to the window.
No, it's horrendous. And I think women think men like that type. I bloody don't. And those Botox injections and shit like that. And I know famously, what's her name? The girl at Dirty Dancing.
Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey. Yeah, she had a nose job, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Right, I think 88, 89, and her work dried up completely because it. Tell you one thing: you watch Dirty Dancing, which I've never seen. Maybe a bit. Then the fact that she's so unique because she has, I say, a bigger nose. She hasn't got a massive nose, but a distinctive nose. Let's put it that way. And then she felt the need to have a nose job, and then she had a nose job done. It changed. She looked nothing like herself, and her work dried up completely. Nobody cast her. So you just got to show you it doesn't always make for.
I think imperfections make you. This is getting deep. Imperfections make you perfect.
They do. No, I completely get that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah. And the more work you have done, it's horrendous. Yeah, horrendous. So leave it alone. People spend obscene amounts of money as well. Some real horror shows on there. I get lost in those celebrity surgeries gone wrong. And you see those slideshows of these horror shows of people.
Well, Leslie Ashworth, first of our generation.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
That went wrong though.
Yeah,
that went really wrong.
Yeah.
She looked like her lips had been pumped up.
What's she in with the Bill? She was in the Bill, wasn't she? When she had it done.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was in Bill, and she'd come on and like, fucking hell, what's that?
Yeah,
it's like a dinghy with eyes.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, like Mick Jagger, wasn't it?
Yeah, all the extreme. Yeah, that
was
the first one.
Massive. Yeah, it was horrendous.
But we've done it again.
What?
We started off with murder trial and on to plastic surgery.
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, it does happen. But no, just leave it alone, ladies, if you can. Not nice.
Right, on that plastic in the ocean note, that concludes History of the Week. So now, it's time for this.